Hello there, you beautiful people. My name is Willow, and welcome back to another Subpar Commander. Today we're going to be looking at a 4v4 played on Seton's Clutch, a classic. Let's go ahead and get introducing our players, but before we do, I would like to say thank you to everybody who subscribed and who has gotten me over the 1,000 mark. We're now monetized, so you may have seen an ad before this. You all are beautiful, and I just really appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. Yeah, that's about it. Let's go ahead and introduce, starting with Team 1, and the air player, a blue Accidental Aeon, as that's his name, and he is playing Aeon, going first air. Then we can move on to his first ally, the rock position. We have ourselves a dark green Cybran by the name of Odyssey, going first air as well. Might see some air shenanigans. Moving to the middle, we have ourselves a gray Cybran going by the name of Oni-chan, going first land. Then to the north at the beach position, we have ourselves a purple Seraphim going first land by the name of Robo Daddy. Moving on to Team 2, we can start in the air position once again. We have a Cyan Aeon going first land by the name of Mutant Gene Pool. Then we can move on to the pink UEF, which is now the faction I'm zipping for. He is chosen correctly, and he has gone UEF, and his name is Winterfall NL, going first land. Moving to his ally in the middle, a red Cybran going first land by the name of Easy Kill. And last but not least, we have ourselves an orange Seraphim going first land, second air, by the name of Orange Dudes. So very fitting that he's orange and is Orange Dudes. With that out of the way, we've introduced all the players, and yes, in fact, on the screen I'm going to show you right now, I put up a poll. The picture I'm going to show you from the poll, of course, is going to show that Aeon one, but I closed the poll, and then I got like 12 votes for Aeon, so yeah, whenever I closed the poll, it was UEF, so I'm your new UEF simp. Every time we hit a major milestone, I'm going to start doing that poll, so we can have me simping for all of the factions, except for Seraphim, because fuck the Seraphim. Now then, in the middle of Seton's Clutch, there is around 13,000 reclaim, and we have players coming over here to try and grab it for their team. Oni-chan and... wait, is it Oni-chan? Yeah, Oni-chan and Easy Kill. Both Cybran, both in the middle position. Both going to be working on reclaim over here. Going to be a point of contention, at least for the early game. Later on, we might see some pushes here, but for now, we're focused on the early game. Also, this game is going to be very long, so make sure you get strapped in for a long one. Grab yourself a drink or some popcorn, snacks, of course. I always like to eat sun chips whenever I'm watching something super long, because sun chips are my favorite chip. Odyssey has a very interesting power layout. Does that spell something? I feel like it spells something, but I'm not sure what it is. Or maybe it's something else, but it definitely is strange. Gonna have to keep an eye on it. Maybe it gives him some sacred power. I just don't know what it is. It looks like... I don't know. It's very weird. I just saw that cue earlier, and I was like, is he keeping to that? And apparently he is. Maybe there's like some strat he's planning to do with like e-storage, or maybe he's got preset areas for factories. Seems like a very specific way to build his power. Unlike everybody else who just builds boxes of power or lines of power. Yep, so this game is a 93% balanced game. In the middle we have the players shooting at each other. We're going to check on their reclaim numbers here soon, but I don't expect anything massive to come from this. We have some units now starting to trickle in from both of the middle players. 93% balanced, everybody around about 1,000 rating. We have some outliers on that, but it's low enough for Subpar Commander. And of course, everybody's going to be playing Seton's, which is kind of an eco-hori map, which is centered around the navies, in my opinion. The northern and the southern navy are kind of the pivotal points for winning most games. Of course, there's always exceptions to that, and we'll see exactly how this one plays out. But for now, that is exactly what's going on. We have a transport now out from Robo Daddy. orange dude has already dropped over here. He's going to have a factory built by the time this second transport's going to show up, so unless he can build PD before his engineers get killed by, like, labs, he kind of just dies here. May even get shot down. On the eastern side, the island has been taken by Odyssey, and that's just going to be a non-issue. There's no kind of attempt to contest out from Winterfall NL. So, in general, it looks like RoboDaddy's going to be the only one trying to contest either of the islands, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to. May just decide not to. Is coming rather far north to try and get something out of this, but honestly, at this point, you may as well just drop the engineers in the top corner and start building factories. That way you have more factory spam. You're probably not going to get the island. In the center, we haven't really looked at it, but we have some units starting to run by for easy kill. Going to be trying to get some damage down onto Oni-chan's mass extractors and expanding engineers, whereas the comms of Oni-chan and easy kill are on relatively similar health levels, but are going to need to get out of this area pretty quickly. Easy kill might be in range of dying to the comm, but oh wait, no, yeah. Wow, okay, these units are very confusing. Oni-chan's comm was right here. I thought this was Easy Kill's comm for a second, I don't know why. Oni-chan getting shot by a bunch of artillery, and Easy Kill needing to continue reclaiming. Probably gonna get the lion's share of reclaim. Oni-chan now gonna shoot down those artillery which have been harassing him for a little while, down to 3,100 health, whereas his opponent is nearly on 6,000, so doesn't really want to take an engagement, but may try and get some veterancy off killing Artie. Doesn't want to stand still, that's for sure. In the backlines, Easy Kill getting a ton of damage done onto the factories and the production back here for Oni-chan. Easy Kill going to get a huge advantage out of this, killing off just those engineers that were building factories right here. Really going to set Oni-chan back quite a little bit, so it looks as though the middle is going to go the way of Easy. And in general, if we look at the mass reclaim numbers, we can see that Easy Kill managed to get 7.5 thousand, whereas Oni only got 5.3 thousand. So overall, the game right now, advantage to Team 2 with Easy Kill putting on quite the performance. We have a drop coming out from Odyssey here in the middle, but this is a doomed drop. These units just die. Don't know what those engineers were coming out here for, but they are definitely leaving worse for wear because of it. So that is gonna be unfortunate, but I mean, he didn't lose the transport, and engineers are relatively cheap, so not that unfortunate. We have naval factories being spammed up by multiple players. The heaviest focus on Navy so far is out from Odyssey, but he may have overbuilt. This seems like too many factories to support at this moment. Maybe he's just building them for future, and it doesn't look like they're producing, so it does seem like it's going to be okay. We have this naval factory probably needs to try and get out at least one submarine just in case. We also have some factories being built up by Winterfall NL, or Winter. He's going to be getting himself a production base that I'm sure he hopes to use to batter Odyssey out of the ocean. It's kind of what you need to do on beach. If you don't batter them out of the ocean early, you kind of just fall behind and die, and that's not a fun game at all now, is it? T2 on the way for Oni-chan, T2 also on the way for Odyssey. No upgrades for Easy Kill. Easy Kill's units slowly being whittled down by the spam and the comm of Oni-chan. Oni-chan's going to have T2 really soon, and he's going to be able to start taking territory back against Easy Kill. He needs to, Easy Kill needs to start investing into some higher tech. Just anything, honestly, because if he does not achieve a higher technology level, he'll probably start to have issues. Doesn't look like he's even able to spend his mass at the moment. Yeah, almost overflowing, possibly giving some of his mass to his allies, which is a good idea. I mean, if you can sustain your allies a little bit better with their mass income, you can get a lot done. As far as air goes, we have T3 about to finish up for Mutant Gene Pool. On the opposite end of things, T3 already finished up and halfway done with a power generator is Accidental Aeon. So the Accidental Aeon proving himself better at Aeon than Mutant Gene Pool, even though this has nothing to do with Aeon, and this is literally just eco balance. And T3 Mass Extractor being focused. But in general, looks like the air players are going to achieve T3 air production within about a minute of each other, and that is decent enough time. You might see a strat bomber play be a little bit more successful if you finish up a tiny bit earlier, and that does not seem to be the case for Accidental Aeon, not going for the early strat bomber. Usually you want to build it first if you're going to go for that play, but, you know, things are as they are. Orange Dude now has some naval units out in the field. He spammed naval factories kind of just all over the place. He has 5 of them and they're just spread out across the Navy. He's probably worried about getting forced out anywhere, so spread out the production, make it a little bit harder. And a bit of the same, but not quite for Odyssey. Has most of his factories surrounding his island. Going to really invest in keeping this island. If he loses it, he's going to be in a lot of trouble because he loses all of his production as well. Over here on the causeway here in the center, we have a push now developing for Oni-chan. Oni-chan also firebasing. This is a little... it's not extreme. If he firebases more than this right here, it's extreme, because if you build up a huge firebase right here, it's really giving you nothing. You're never going to threaten the likes of Easy Kill. Overall, a pretty relaxed game at the moment. We will, of course, see if it heats up in a little bit, but for now, we're just keeping an eye on mundane things. We can see that Team 2 has an economic advantage, sitting at almost 100 more mass a second. So Team 2 doing a lot better economically. I think that's mostly chalked up to Oni-chan being super behind Easy Kill. Easy Kill already up to 185 mass a second. Oni-chan at 42, which is decent. If we were about 3 minutes earlier in this game, that'd be decent. Overall, everybody except for Easy Kill getting close to that 100 mass a second mark. 79, the only other really low number I see here, and that's coming out of a beach player, which you never expect to have massive economic advantages. So gonna have to keep an eye on economies. It's not necessarily the most interesting part of the game, but it is so important as to who is going to come out on top. In the center, we have T2 units now spewing out of the factories of Oni-chan. He has a tech advantage. He has the fire base. T2 is finished up for Easy Kill, got himself up a T2 Pigeon, a shield, and a tactical missile defense, but probably needs to invest in some T2 land production, or into anything. He has a lot of mass, and I think he still just kind of has the issue. He's spending his mass now, but he's spending it on mechs upgrades, which is okay. It's good. It can do quite a little bit for you, but the issue I have with this is if he starts to lose hard and middle because he's not producing T2 units, it's going to be a problem. A lot of the advantage he's built can be taken away very easily by losing the land war. And Cybran not the best at turtling up. They're not going to be that great at building enough defenses to stop the units from Oni-chan coming forward, but Oni-chan's making a huge mistake now. This is officially just a mistake. Building these Gunthers is a huge mass investment, and you do not need to do that when there is no indication that you're about to be threatened. Just look at this really quick. The Gunther itself is 1600 mass. He's building about 5 to 6 of them. If he builds all of those, that's coming up near a 10,000 mass that you could have spent on literally anything else. Spent it on mass extractor upgrades and it would have been more useful, or spent it on T2 units. So that's straight up a mistake that he doesn't need to be making. A wall being built up by Easy Kill to kind of protect him, which is a good play since he has such an economic advantage over his opponent. And he's going to be getting into the Navy, which is kind of early. 13 minutes getting into the Navy. It only really happens in games like this where you haven't had too much pressure come out from your opponent. Gonna have a ton of engineers helping with this. Maybe too many? Nah, you can never have too many engineers. If you have too many, you can just send them to reclaim, honestly. In the eastern side, we have T2 Navy finished up for Winter Fall in L. These factories, very few of them producing, and his T2 HQ is up here really exposed, so needs to start getting units out onto the field to deal with the fact that his opponent's building destroyers and cruisers to harass his forward production facilities. This is going to be one dead naval factory here after another volley, maybe two. And it's gonna be a problem for him. These Cybran frigates out here now starting to lay some damage down onto the frigates of Winter, but the UEF frigates proving superior, taking down one of the Cybran counterparts, and of course getting itself ahead in the naval count. This game is very much so a chill game. My games are never this chill. It's always me like freaking out like, oh, they're being aggressive. I never just get to sit back and just, you know, enjoy myself. But nevertheless, these players ecoing up. Nobody quite confident enough to go after each other's jugular for the minute. Just some minor skirmishing happening all over the map. We're going to speed it up a little bit until we get to some more action. And as I speak about it, there is a bit of action. This fight is exceptionally one-sided, as the 3 destroyers out from RoboDaddy going to put Orange Dude's Navy to shame. And Orange Dude just going to lose a bunch of Navy right here for really nothing, and going to put a bunch of reclaim right next to all of the engineers that have been built up for RoboDaddy. Going to be able to get on top of things and start building himself up a decent number of naval factories and units. I'd like to see him spam out more naval factories. He's focusing heavily on producing T2. It's okay, but the frigates really add a layer of protection to any navy. If you have all these T2 ships and you manage to have 30-40 frigates, you can really start to abuse the range on those destroyers. As I apparently can't speak. My voice is given out on me for no reason whatsoever other than to make life difficult. The air game is starting to look a little bit dire. We have 35 ASF over for Accidental Aeon, but Mutant Gene Pool heavily behind that number at 16. Half of the ASF of his opponent. He got to T3 air about as quickly. I think he might have a slightly better economy, but that may not even be true because, yeah, that's just not true. Accidental Aeon just playing a little bit better than Mutant Gene Pool. 160 mass a second and a advantage in ASF versus 120 and a disadvantage. And there's no real reason for it. Neither of these players have been harassed. This is just superior build order, to be completely honest, out from Accidental Aeon. Easy kill. Now being assaulted by all of the destroyers in the middle. 4 destroyers pouring damage into easy kill. He's getting an upgrade. I don't know what upgrade that could be. It looks like maybe T3, and he doesn't want to cancel it, but his shield is upgrading. If that can finish the upgrade, that'll be very significant. The units out from Orange Dude coming through to try and protect him, but that's not going to be enough. And it does seem, yeah, easy kill. Getting T3 needs to start thinking about helping out Orange Dude in the Navy. Orange Dude kind of struggling to get enough naval units on the field to really challenge this destroyer core that's come out from RoboDaddy. And RoboDaddy puts his destroyers underneath the water so that way he submerges them, and that's just going to mean that he's going to win this fight even harder because the frigates won't be able to add their damage, and that's the majority of what Orange Dude has. T3 is finished up for easy kill. He's going to be building an Omni with that. I'd like to see him start addressing the fact that there's 4 destroyers kind of hell-bent on killing him at the moment. Yeah, this Omni is going to do nothing for you when it gets killed in about 2 seconds. The shield about to fail, and these destroyers are going to be able to break through and start dealing damage to Easy Kill, and Easy Kill are going to start losing mass extractors. Easy Kill loses the T2 Pigeon and everything attached to it. He's going to need to go ahead and get to the other side of the water and just get out. This is going to be an issue. On the eastern side, though, Easy Kill using his heavy investment into the Navy down here in the southern pond to get out a bunch of destroyers and a deceiver and a cruiser to try and deal some damage over onto Oni-chan from the looks of it, but not quite able to at the moment. Easy Kill needs to probably get up some tactical missile defense relatively soon, and Orange Dude needs to step up and start producing Navy. He should have a superior economy, 177 versus 98. He should just be able to win this. Right now, if he throws everything into production and spends almost all of his mass on production, he just wins. But he needs to make that change immediately, or he's going to be in dire straits very soon. He's already down on the ship count originally, And the fact that he can force the ships of RoboDaddy to go submerged means that anything that is above the water just kind of forfeits its life. But these destroyers are going to outnumber the enemy destroyers, and the torpedoes are going to be enough to kill off the destroyers out from Orange Dude. In the center, we have all of those units that came out from Oni-chan now forcing their way through the middle. Going to be threatening the base of Easy Kill very soon. Going to have some rhinos spammed out as quickly as he can with a bunch of assistance, but I don't know if that's enough. And right now, Team 2 really getting battered on all fronts. He has a bunch of destroyers here in the middle that are looking like they may be in jeopardy. Destroyers and cruisers. Needs to get his ally to come up and start helping him with that. His ally probably needs to start building bulwarks. Yep, he just started. And over here in the center, we have units out from Oni-chan just dealing a ton of damage over onto the structures, and the units out from Easy Kill going to be getting a decent amount of economic damage done here. Don't know if it's going to be enough to affect things too heavily, as a bunch of Cerberus have just materialized in front of our eyes, and that's going to mean this attack will be not very eventful, but will be a problem nonetheless for Team 2. Team 2 also has Orange Dude now up to T2 Air, building torpedo bombers to try and force RoboDaddy kind of off of his turf. He needs to get up some more destroyers to really deal with this, but RoboDaddy throwing everything into just making destroyers, trying to stay ahead on the destroyer count so that way he can maybe win out. Seraphim destroyers being able to submerge is really helping him right now. The frigate's not quite able to have any kind of purchase out from Orange Dudes. And over the past couple of minutes, it just seems that Team 1 has managed to gain quite an advantage over Team 2, but Team 2 still has a massive economic lead, mainly propped up by Orange Dudes and Mutant Gene Pool, but both of those players respectively losing their roles. Mutant Gene Pool and Orange Dudes both have stellar economies, but just kind of aren't transitioning those into large amounts of units, to be completely honest. We don't have nearly enough ASF out from Mutant Gene Pool at the moment, and Orange Dude is just about to lose his T2 HQ. Orange Dude is in dire straits. These gunships need to come in and try and save Orange Dudes, and Orange Dudes needs to start a T2 HQ immediately somewhere else on the map, because this is just forfeit. This is just dead. He has two T2 HQs here. What? Why did he build two of them right next to each other? I don't get that. Maybe he's a 600, so maybe he's not familiar with the way that the HQ system works, but this is kind of just unacceptable. He has double the eco of his opponent, and he's losing because he just can't transition his eco into units. And over here on the eastern side, it looks like the Navy for both sides is just capitulating now for Team 1, or for Team 2. Team 2 losing Navy on both sides. Huge naval battle taking place here. Seems as though Odyssey is going to be able to get ahead on the Navy down here, and the Navy for Orange Dude has just capitulated. It's collapsed in on itself. He doesn't have a Navy, and he is going to pay for that very soon. Already starting to lose mass extractors. That economic advantage is going to go away very quickly. He has his comeback here. He has a decent number of T3 mexes that are kind of out of range, but not quite. And he needs to start getting something back. He needs to do something. I don't know what it is, but it's just a very bad situation for Orange Dude. And despite this huge economic lead, almost 300 mass a second for Team 2, they're just not really able to abuse it, not really able to use it for anything major. It does seem that Easy Kill is going to get to T3 Navy here in the southern pond, which battleships might be good enough to kind of save them down here, but on the other side, it looks like it's going to be just cruiser production for days. That's what I would do, just produce cruisers. And if you produce enough cruisers, it's going to be enough to just, you know, destroy the entire base of both Easy Kill and Orange Dudes. Orange Dudes went to T3 Air for some reason. I don't know if that was the investment to make, but it is the one he did. And he is now losing his last naval factory, going to be forced out of the water. He's going to be a land lover for the foreseeable future. And an air engagement between Mutant Gene Pool and Accidental Aeon. And Accidental Aeon looks like he's going to come out of this on top. That, though he does need to make good turns right now, seems like he was taking pretty bad turns. Gonna be a very efficient trade for Mutant Gene Pool, but in the end, he's gonna lose all of his ASF, and that's just going to be spelling the doom of Mutant Gene Pool's chances of getting back into the air game. It's time to start building SAMs for everybody on Team 2. And it's also apparently time for Rascoms, as Winterfall has now become one of the richest players in the game. He has full T3 mexes and he's producing Rascoms. He may even be able to outdo the natural he already is! Odyssey just hasn't ecoed. Odyssey at 160 mass a second versus somebody with over 300. This should be an easy clap in the Southern Navy. A Monkey Lord has finished up for Oni-chan, who's going to start marching that directly down the center. Team 2, they have the economies. They're eco-whoring really well, but they are not able to stop the aggression coming out from Team 1. Team 1 winning on almost every front. The Southern Navy is kind of suspect for Team 1 now, as T3 has been achieved by both of the players playing in this Navy, both Easy Kill and Winter has such an economic lead. Winter seemingly able to transition his economic lead into units a little bit better than his allies, as he's starting to get quite a few units built up now. SMD now starting to build for him as well. He has Neptune class, which is a very good unit for killing off destroyers, so gonna have to keep an eye on that. Monkey Lord starting to make its way down the center. Easy Kill deciding to get into the water. At least I would hope. Easy Kill needs to get into the water about right now if he wants to live. Monkey Lord seemingly zeroing in on his position. His T3 mechs up here in the front is gonna die, and I don't know why he upgraded that one to T3, but he did. He has mostly full T3 mexes, so he is on a good economy. He is gonna get into the water and be relatively safe. But the Monkey Lord can kind of just come in and start killing off his base. Needs to... Yep, that's the appropriate response. Build a stupid amount of PD and hope it's enough to kill the Monkey Lord. But the Monkey Lord going into the water, and that might be the better play, as he can just come up onto the land of Winterfall, kind of just kill him off. Get two birds with one stone, if you catch my drift. The Monkey Lord chasing the ACU into the water. And the Navy out from both Winter and Easy Kill. Going to start fighting multiple battleships and Neptune class destroyers. A huge Navy fight now ensuing between these three players. Easy Kill and Winter need to win this. This is a must-win naval battle. If they start losing Southern Navy, this game is all but done. You lose both navies, even if you have an economic advantage, it's kind of just difficult to claw your way back in. And now we have battleships throwing their shells in, Neptunes using their lasers, and I think the Navy for Odyssey is slowly whittling down enough that, yeah, Odyssey's gonna have to fall back. He's just not got enough units to win this naval battle, and now he's probably just losing the Southern Navy, if we're being honest. We have Easy Kill's Calm in the water, able to stay alive. The Monkey Lord is making a huge mistake. Oni-chan has made a huge mistake by being shy with the Monkey Lord. He should have just committed to running his Monkey Lord all the way into winter space. Putting his Monkey Lord, pulling it back out of the water and running back with it isn't achieving him anything other than defense against land units, but Easy Kill has made it quite clear he's not interested in fighting a land war. He is interested in the Navy, and he's interested in economy, but that's about it. On the other hand, Orange Dude been slowly capitulating, not even capitulating, he's just abdicating more and more territory over to RoboDaddy. He still, right now, has an economy that's comparable to RoboDaddy's, even after losing so much, but he's just in a bad position overall and not quite able to do anything about it at this point. He's lost all of his agency in this game. He's just a bunch of mass extractors. That's what he is, and it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. And as far as air goes, it looks like Mutant Gene Pool's starting to catch up. 167 ASF for Accidental Aeon and 86 for Mutant Gene Pool. He still only has half of the ASF, but he still has enough to stop any kind of major air aggression. He would lose the ensuing air fight afterwards, but he could stop like a Stratatemp or a Czar that might be built. On the southern side, I think that as long as they have the knowledge, which they really don't, it's about time for Winterfall and Easy Kill to start, you know, pushing their advantage. They definitely have an advantage in the Southern Navy. It's one battleship versus 1, 2, 3, 4 battleships, 2 Neptunes, 3 Neptunes. This is just a fight you win. You can probably just literally move order your units over to his HQ and he dies. And I think they need to get some scouting up, get some of these scouts that Mutant Gene Pool's built out on the map to kind of just scout out this, see if you can win it, realize you can win it, and then go forward from there, because you can win it quite easily. T1 bomber spam over here to the west to kill off the rock base for or the island base for Orange Dudes. Orange Dudes kind of, I mean, he's getting rats, he's trying to do things, but none of it's really working for him, and it's really unfortunate. Mutant Gene Pool telling his allies to build TMD, but there's a lot of TMD built up over here for Easy Kill, but I'm not sure it's enough. Even still, he's gonna slowly start losing. The more cruisers that show up, and of course now that there's battleships on the field, they can just kill the TMD for you, the worse this gets. We have a Monkey Lord completing for Easy Kill. The Monkey Lord for Oni-chan is, I don't even know where he sent it. He sent it somewhere. It may even be dead. I'm not even sure. Yeah, I have no idea where this Monkey Lord went, but it's no longer a an issue, I don't think. Oh, nope, here's the Monkey Lord for Oni-chan. Gonna be trying to come up onto the territory of Orange Dudes. I don't think it's gonna be a huge issue due to the massive amount of Spectre ASF sitting over here. Orange Dudes may lose some more mexes, but Orange Dudes is just overflowing all of his mass anyways, so it's going to affect his allies, but his allies all have strong economies. It's still a strong economy for Easy Kill, still strong for Winter, even still strong for, it's still strong for Mutant Gene Pool. He has the lowest economy on his team, and he's still beating out some of the economies on the enemy team. So he's definitely contributing still, but just not in a way that I'm sure he'd like to. In the Southern Navy, it looks as though Odyssey may see the writing on the wall, and I'm actually just kind of positive he does. He should know that this is over, and should be prepping for the eventuality that he needs to kind of address this issue and like get something. But a ton of torpedo bombers, as I'm going to slow down the game, select these torpedo bombers, Control Shift T. Alright, a ton of torpedo bombers coming in for Accidental Aeon. Going to be dropping their naval loads all over the navy of our Team 2 compatriots in the Navy. And gonna just be an absolute slaughter. Those torpedo bombers are gonna go down, but they're gonna take a lot of ships with them. Unless they were only targeted on the T3 ships, this is a really good torpedo bombing run. There's a few cruisers in the mix, but not enough to really instantly shut down this many torpedo bombers, and all these torpedo bombers are just free damage. And the air fight that's ensuing over here to the west has just gone horribly for Mutant Gene Pool. Mutant Gene Pool systemically behind in the air, and economically he's been ahead for most of it, but I don't even think he's ahead right now. So Accidental Aeon really just playing a showstopper right now, really doing quite well for himself. But despite the massive torpedo bombing run, it gets shut down by the cruisers, and there's going to be more torpedo bombers always coming. But once you get enough cruisers, and if you can win this with just the sheer amount of T3 ships you have advantage over, you're just going to be able to push down Odyssey. Odyssey putting up a good fight, but these torpedo bombers are not enough to stop this, and it's inevitable. Hate it, run from it, or deny it, run from it. It's inevitable. What is it? Hide from it, run from it. It's coming. It's a Thanos quote. Either way, the Thanos quote, I'll put it on screen, but the death of Odyssey in the naval is inevitable. He cannot get enough eco to challenge Winter, who is the second most eco in the game, only behind Accidental Aeon, and has such a huge production line, just making nothing but battleships and T3 stuff. Every few minutes there's more battleships and more issues. There's a Wagner spam being attempted by Oni-chan, but that's not significant enough. The Wagner has torpedoes, but you can see all of these Wagners will struggle to kill a single destroyer. So it's a problem. Over here in the west side, the Spider has made landfall, but as I said, I don't think it's going to be it's not going to be too much of an issue. The air for Accidental Aeon could fly over and deal with all of this, but I think he's more worried with keeping his torpedo bomber run going. There's going to be a little bit of eco loss, but these Spectres will slowly kill off the Monkey Lords, down to half health already and falling fast. The eco over here dying is unfortunate for Mutant Gene Pool, as he's already behind economically, but he has more than enough eco to cover for it, and he's starting to produce RAS SCUs as we speak, so that eco is soon going to be mobile, and it's not going to be so relevant that he's losing it. In the center, it seems as though the battleship and cruiser spam is starting to make inroads on the base of Easy Kill, and Easy Kill here soon is going to be kind of out of the running. He's going to be shut down, and the economic advantage that Team 1 has now, they've gone from losing economically by a lot to winning economically by a lot. They've gone from down 300 mass a second to up almost 200 mass a second. And that's very significant. Looking at the reclaim and sorting by the reclaim, Easy Kill doing the best at 45,000, and the other notable players, of course, Accidental Aeon and Winterfall, Mutant Gene Pool, and everybody else is kind of irrelevant. They haven't gotten enough mass to really swing anything. Overall economies, Accidental Aeon in the lead, Winterfall and Mutant Gene Pool close behind, Robo Daddy also behind them, and along with Odyssey. And Easy Kill was quite well a little bit ago, but now also falling down. Orange Dude's the lowest, along with Oni-chan. Oni-chan still having double the economy of Orange Dude's right now, though. Mutant Gene Pool sending an Aeon Engineer over to Winterfall. Going to be a nice little show of teammate camaraderie. That's a bunch of RAS SCUs now reclaiming in the Southern Sea, and this was the site of a major air battle, so you can see all of the 60s right here are ASFs, and over here we have a 60,000 reclaim in just this small area. If he can get to that mass field, reclaim and use it, he could build a Maver. Like, just straight up build a Maver. Speaking of game enders, though, there's a Paragon on the way for Accidental Aeon. And that is going to be significant very soon, because that could result in kind of just a win for Team 1. And Team 1's been doing quite well this entire game, but hasn't quite been able to get the advantages they need to really just put Team 2 in the ground, so to speak. They've gotten major advantages in the Northern Navy. They had an advantage in the Southern Navy for a while, but kind of lost it. Battleships dying because they're getting too close. This isn't how you use battleships, by the way. This is heavily inefficient out from Easy Kill, but admittedly, Easy Kill doesn't need to be efficient. As long as he's throwing all of his economy into this Navy, he's doubling the amount of Navy that's kind of coming out for Team 2. So Team 1 is really hemorrhaging just due to the economic weight being thrown at the Southern Navy. It's not a cheap win, but they are winning the Southern Navy, is the way I'll put it. Megalith finishing up for Easy Kill, going to be trying to use that, I guess, as a defense against these ships coming out from Robo Daddy. I'm not sure how effective that'll be, but it is an option. Megalith having decent range, going to be able to get into range and fire. Not nearly as much range as either the battleships or the cruisers, so they just have to move away, but if they don't, then they'll die very quickly to that Megalith. And air is indeed killing them. Winterfall no longer able to just power through the torpedo bombers. As I said earlier, if they had just moved towards the HQ a little while ago, these torpedo bombers wouldn't be an issue because they would have to be fighting to save Odyssey instead of fighting to keep Odyssey in the Navy. I think at this point you start using the RAS SCUs to just build a fuckload of SAM sites, so that way if he tries to take an air fight with torpedo bombers, you can't do it. The ASF just die. If you just start building lines of SAMs towards the naval production of Odyssey, that's the way to do it. And he has enough RAS SCUs that you can have 2 RAS SCUs building each line, and if you build multiple lines of SAMs, it just kind of covers each other. Could definitely be significant. A large push of loyalists here in the middle for Oni-chan. They're going to run into a bunch of PD still. The PD hasn't been cleaned up just yet, so not going to really matter. The cruiser is forced back a little bit, but it's still just not enough. This megalith is going to be hard-pressed to find any damage onto the Navy of RoboDaddy, who has played a really nice game so far. And that Paragon, it's building quick, already up to yellow health, already up to a significant percentage, 30%. Looks like a shield flower going to start being built over here by Accidental Aeon. And he does have anti-nuke. Does he anti-nuke? Oh my god, his anti-nuke doesn't cover it. Oh, this could be a fatal mistake. If his allies have anti-nuke, it's not an issue. If there's an anti-nuke like built in the main base right here, it's not an issue because it'll cover enough area that this won't ever go through. But if this dies, and there is an anti-nuke, it's built right here by Odyssey. It's built in a very precarious situation. This is not great, but it is technically protecting that para for now. But the fact that it's outside of anti-nuke range is huge. And on the Southern Navy, there's a Monkey Lord that's about to be just walking up onto land, I would guess. And much like the Monkey Lord of Oni-chan earlier that came up over here, this Monkey Lord could be very significant very soon. I'm not saying the nuke thing is like a super big issue, because if you have a Paragon, you can get anti-nuke really quickly. But there is a nuke launcher for Mutant Gene Pool, which could be a problem. Man, there's so much economy in this game. Winterfall at 662 mass a second, over almost 700 mass a second for Accidental Aeon. Mutant Gene Pool also nearing 500 mass a second. These players have huge economies and are able to throw them at pretty much anything they like. On the Southern Navy point, though, this is bad. This is what we call bad. This is the Southern Navy for Team 1 falling apart. And this is the first time they've been put on the back foot on any front. Sure, in the middle you could argue that Easy Kill was massively ahead for a little bit, but he's been ahead of economically the entire game, and it hasn't resulted in much. But this is huge. The HQ going down for Odyssey is the end of his naval ambitions in this Southern Navy. And this is going to be massive. The game is hinging right now on this Paragon. I think the Paragon needs to be dealt with. A Monkey Lord, of course, now for Easy Kill. Gonna be coming up onto land momentarily, and that's gonna be enough. That'll be enough to kill off all of this. You could get up a bunch of gunships and kill it, but it's gonna kill off a ton of stuff. And the fact that this SMDU is built somewhere so vulnerable means that this is going to be nukeable very soon. Even if Mutant Gene Pool doesn't notice the Paragon, which I think he's been scouting, and he has an Eye of Rain, he sees the Paragon. The Paragon is very much so in his mind. Does he have a nuke loaded? No, he's halfway to loading a nuke. But as the game progresses, it's slowly looking like the map is going to mirror itself. For a long time, it's been Easy Kill and Orange Dude kind of being pushed out by the Navy of RoboDaddy. RoboDaddy getting huge advantages over here for his team and really putting the team on his back, along with Accidental Aeon, who's been trying desperately to save Odyssey, just not working out. The Monkey Lord continuing to push forward, probably going to need to have a bunch of gunships, or that works too, T1 bombers coming out to try and deal with this. But the Monkey Lord is it feels inevitable. Feels like it's going to get damage done, and significant damage at that. Maybe not if it waffles about. If it just walks towards the main base, I think it survives long enough to kill off a bunch of T3 power and maybe the HQ. Gonna go into the Navy, or go into the water, but that's not gonna help it. There's like 50 torpedo bombers just waiting for it to do that. Odyssey still trying desperately to get anything done. The anti-nuke's gone down. All of the Navy for both Winterfall and Easy Kill just wreaking havoc now on the economy of Odyssey, and here soon you're going to see that transition onto Oni-chan. The Monkey Lord goes down to the torpedo bombers, and it's starting to look like Team 1 might just be in a bad situation. A nuke has been launched, and the nuke is going where? Is the nuke going for the Paragon? I don't think so. Where was the nuke launched? Where is this nuke? Oh, nuke's coming out from over here. I forgot that the battleships can build nukes. And the nuke coming down onto the comm of orange dudes is gonna kill him. So Robo Daddy finally takes out his opponent and has taken out all of his mass extractors. A second nuke out from Robo Daddy heading towards the center. Gonna get shot down by the anti-nuke out from Mutant Gene Pool. Mutant Gene Pool also has a nuke launcher. It's about to be finished in building its building its nuke, and has managed to defend himself quite well over here. A GC finishing up multiple nuke launchers, in fact, for Mutant Gene Pool, so he's definitely seeing the issue. Maver starting up for Winter, and we're just going full late game at this point. We have Paragon like 75% done right now, going into the green health, and Maver is now starting to be built. Nukes being built by seemingly everybody who still has an economy. Odyssey no longer has an economy and has died. Did he control K? I have to assume he control K. He died right here. And wow. Accidental Aeon's Paragon gonna be finishing up within a couple of minutes from now. And Mutant Gene Pool has a ton of Mercies for some reason. Don't know why you're building Mercies, but okay. The Maver gonna be building relatively quickly. I mean, Winterfall has the second strongest economy. He has an economy very much comparable to Accidental Aeon. And right now, unlike Accidental Aeon, he does not need to keep building Navy. I would actually recommend him to stop building a Navy at this given moment. He has enough already to siege out the only remaining player he could siege out, which is Oni-chan. Just get out of the water and start focusing on one, maybe some ASF, and two, this Maver. The Maver kills the Paragon, or the Maver can, of course, just be used to kill off the air grid and give an air advantage over to Mutant Gene Pool. Accidental Aeon having a huge air grid this game. But I am saying this right now. The only team with UEF is looking really strong right now, but that Paragon, this Paragon decides the game. This Paragon, if it finishes and is allowed to build, and is allowed to live for a good amount of time, is going to end the game. It's a game ender. But if the Paragon doesn't survive for very long, it's going to be very hard for Accidental Aeon to build another or get to a point where you can build something that's comparable. The Paragon finishing up. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. Finishing up now. That's one completed Paragon. And that's gonna be a huge issue. Whew, man, crazy shit going on. GC over here going to be defending against the land spam out from Oni-chan. Oni-chan losing his entire base in the course of like a minute. And yeah, Navy is won pretty distinctively on the southern side now, as it's been won on the northern side for a very long time as well. Both beach players winning Navy. So proving that you can win Navy as beach. And a nuke launch has come out, and the nuke is going for the Paragon. Has he built an anti-nuke to protect it? I don't know. This is outside of the anti-nuke range also. Just want to point that out. Yeah, definitely outside it. There's another anti-nuke over here, and it's only halfway from finishing. Oh, this is going to be brutal. No. The Paragon's going to go down. I love me a Paragon. It's such a funny structure. It just produces so much, but we're going to sit here and quietly wait for the doom of Team 1. Team 1 managed to get... I mean, they're going to get a decent amount of economic advantage out of this, but the Paragon isn't protected by an anti-nuke. Every second that this Paragon's alive is going to be a huge boon to Accidental Aeon, but I don't think it's going to be enough. 3, 2, 1. Kaboom! Very, very dead Paragon. But when one thing dies, another thing survives. Oh, never mind. The Maver was given up on as the Paragon died. And Winter throwing out the XD as the Paragon goes down. And oh no! Accidental gave a bunch of his eco over to Robo Daddy. It looks like a lot of it's going to be coming back now. But Robo Daddy could theoretically be very mean and not give any of it back. Anti-nukes built up. Scathis got to like 25-ish or 20% done, but he's back down to no economy now. He has 700 mass a second despite all that. Never mind, he still has a ton of economy. Robodaddy overall almost to 1,000 mass a second. Team 1 still has an economic advantage, don't get me wrong, but they don't seemingly have anything to get them out of the position they're in, and the position they're in is they're slowly giving up gains, and this is brutal. Just as it was brutal over here with all of the cruisers, it's absolutely brutal for Team 1. They've lost so much in such a short span of time due to this crazy amount of naval spam, and also Hoverflak is... Flubberfack. Hoverflak is going to be a definite... Or no, it'd be Flubberhack, not Fack. But either way, Hoverflak over here, going to be very important. Another nuke launched. I don't know where this one is going. It's going for the comm of Robodaddy and the T3 HQ. Robodaddy needs to move his comm. Oh no, the nuke launches out from Mutant Gene Pool. He may have lost air. He may have been down so much, but his nukes are on point. If this lands and kills Robodaddy, Mutant Gene Pool MVP. He's one of my patrons. I love him, but this is dirty, the amount of nukes. The value on these two nukes alone is going to be astronomical. Killing a Paragon is already astronomical. Killing a comm whenever there's this much going on is huge. Even with full share, it's still huge. The comm starts to move, but is it enough? No, it's not. Robodaddy now ejected at the 46-minute mark. And oh my word, this is a... Oh, it's a painful moment. Another Paragon was started up and then abandoned. A Scathis might be a way back into this. But Team 1 is Accidental Aeon, and then Oni-chan just kind of... He's here, but he's not. Yelona Oss. It seems that there's like 5 or 6 game enders on this side of the map, and none of them are being built. Oni-chan has 700 mass a second, or Accidental Aeon had over 1,000 mass a second for a second there. Gave a bunch of it to Oni-chan, who needs to just start utilizing it. But wowzers, Accidental Aeon just trying so hard and not getting very far, to be honest. These cruisers still finding purchase, still able to shoot. Like, it's only one cruiser still able to shoot, but still able to shoot inland and kill off various structures. Just such a large area Winterfall has destroyed things in. Oh my word, that's just... losing that Paragon is brutal. brutal. Seems the Maver is back on the cards as it rises in HP. It rises in HP and build percent very, very quickly, up to 32% built, and going up quickly as Winter has more economy now than Accidental does. And Winter looking to be, along with Mutant Gene Pool and his immaculate nukening, looks like Winter is going to be destroying Team 1. If that Maver vanishes, it's just over. There's not, like, you can't nuke it. You're not going to have air supremacy enough to just kill it off with a snipe. It's gonna be an issue. Maybe Oni-chan with a telesnipe, but that is hopeful. Well, no, it's not hopeful because there's not very much tele-defense over here. Huh. Not necessarily over yet, but Team 1 needs to start doing something big. Looks like the Scathis is getting produced again, which could be a big call. They need to commit to a game ender relatively soon, because it doesn't seem like traditional units are going to do much anymore. I don't know what all of that sound was, but it was something. What? Is he still building nuke subs? Oh my god, how many nuke subs is that? 10 nuke subs. Alright, on a scale of this is useful to I'm upset and nuking you, this is fuck you amount of nuke subs. Oh my god. That is just crazy. If all of these launch nukes at the same time, I don't think anywhere on the map has enough anti-nuke. So, yeah, that's going to start becoming an issue very soon. He's not building any more, which, you know what? I don't think you need more. It seems as though Easy Kill might be pondering the idea of rebuilding his base as the cruisers have seemingly left the area. Battleship going to be going down momentarily. That's a bunch of Solaces. Solaces... He could have Shift G'd and killed multiple battleships here. Or, wait, could he have? Yeah, he could have. There's still many... Maybe not killed multiple, but he could have gotten quite a bit done on multiple battleships. Robo-Daddy being sniped was huge. Monkey Lords and Megaliths being built en masse. A Yelona Os being focused by Oni-chan. The Scathis being focused by Accidental Aeon. The Paragon given up on. Nope, Paragon's going to be built too. They need to pick one. This is the worst option. Oni-chan focusing on this. Accidental Aeon working on 3 separate game enders. This is not the way to winning. Like, if you get 2 of them up, yeah, you win. But your opponents are building a Maver. And they're really close to finishing a Maver. And a Maver is a problem that you don't want to have. Scathis is going to be finishing up probably before the Maver with how much assistance is on it, and in comparison to everything else. Well, maybe not, because the Paragon's getting reclaimed. Does that actually affect your reclaiming a structure that's already... Yeah, it does. The Scathis is going to finish in record time, but is it enough? At what cost? The Paragon died, but the Scathis may yet live. There was a 70% Maver done. Oh, and they're looking over here. The only thing that we can see is that they don't really know about the Scathis, which is significant. They don't know about the YOLO. They just know about this Para. And the Para being reclaimed might let them know that, hey, something else is being built. But still, it's a dire situation. The Scathis is going to go up soon. If the Scathis can go up and can get any kind of reasonable damage done economically, I don't think you go for the Maver. If you try and fire on the Maver, you lose. You try and fire on the Maver, there's enough SCUs here to just build enough shields, or to repair, or to help the shields and keep things alive. And it does seem that the shields are going to be building very soon. 77% on the Maver. Scathis finishing now. And I don't think they've moved their Eye of Rain, so they don't know about Scathis. 80% on the Maver now. Has an Eye of Rain been built for Accidental Aeon? Should have one. In a game like this, you want an Eye of Rain. 10 nukes almost done. Where's all of his nuke subs? Oh, that's a lot of nuke subs. That's a problem. That's as I said, fuck you amount of nuke subs. The Scathis is dead. Yeah, this Scathis just dies to 10 nuke subs. Even if they had enough to stop the 10 nuke subs, there's multiple nuke launchers out from Mutant Gene Pool. Scathis firing its first volley. What is it firing on, is the question. Does it have a set target, or is it just firing at willy-nilly? Ooh, these spread out bases means that the Scathis could get a lot of damage done. But if it's firing on the Maver, which it seems to be... Wow, that was a lot of damage. It's not going to get through. It's not getting through the shields that are being built right now. Strategic launch detected on the Scathis. Okay, now they've seen it. Maver will be hitting in a few minutes. Yeah, Maver is up to 88%. A lot of this is going to be sent to... Also, the nukes are going. Does he have enough anti-nuke? 1, 2, 4 anti-nukes. 2 of those are going to be burned. And the fuck you amount of nuke subs is encroaching on the territory and going to be able to fire relatively soon. None of them are finished building their nukes yet, but very soon they will be. Oh man, the Scathis.
Strategic launch detected.
Another nuke launched. So that's 4 nukes total have been launched. That's enough to stop the anti-nuke for now. There's a lot of assistance on one of these anti-nukes, but I don't know if that's enough assistance, to be honest. And now there's no anti-nukes left. Oh my word. Is it just over? It's starting to feel kind of over. Oh man. I'm waiting for the other nukes to launch, because if all of these nukes launch, it's over. If he feels confident enough to launch all of the nukes, it's over. I'm waiting for it. That was a nuke probably coming out from the other team? There's no way that was unless that's another nuke from Mutant Gene Pool.
Strategic launch detected. Strategic launch detected. Strategic launch detected. Strategic
Oh my word.
launch detected.
That's the end of it. Oh, that's the end of the game. F in chat, boys. That might kill a megalith with, like, max range nuke damage, too. Oh, no. Poor Team 1. A Yelona Oz finishes 2. No! They finished... How many game enders? They finished a Scathis. They finished a Yelona Oz. They finished a Paragon. And it's over. Every time they finished a massive game-ending experimental, it died within a minute. Maybe the Scathus lasted longer, but it was like a minute. Also, Maver done. I have my choice in screenshots for the for the thumbnail, but this game is over, so I'm gonna speed it up and let you all watch the end of it from... Oh, we have a telemaser on the way. We're gonna speed it up because I don't think the telemaser does enough to win the game. Maybe if it got both mutant gene pool and it has to snipe all 3 comms with 1 hit. And all 3 comms are probably separated. I don't know where the comms are. There's a comm here, easy kill. Comm here, mutant gene pool. And I would guess the comm of, yeah, winter is over here. Yeah. You have to kill all 3 comms or all of the eco with telemaser. And you're not gonna do it. The Maver killing off literally everything over here. I can't believe this game had Scathus, Maver, Paragon, Yolona Os, and a fuck you amount of nuke subs. Okay. Teleporter gonna finish probably in a second or two. I guess I'll go ahead and say my outro because this is gonna last a while and I might just let it end in silence. Control K? Out from Accidental Aeon. Teleporter done, so maybe not. Is he teleporting? No, apparently not. Apparently decided didn't want to. You finish your teleporter and your laser, just do it. Go for it. Where is he teleporting to? He's teleporting into the Maver. Maybe get one last fuck you, I'm going out with a bang kill on a Maver. Wait, no, he's too close to the Maver. He can't fire on it. And there's enough PD to insta-kill him. Thank you all for watching. You've been beautiful. Thank you to my patrons, Mutant Gene Pool, damn, that's the only one coming to mind. Mutant Gene Pool, Timothy Calderwood, Sergeant Syphilis, Icy Nightmare, there's a new one, Mark, and a bunch of numbers. Idle Betazoid. Actually, I don't know if Mutant Gene Pool is still in Patreon. You know what? If you're a Patreon, you know it, and you know you're beautiful, and you know I love you, and I appreciate you a bunch. Either way, thank you all for watching. Turn off your ad block for every one of my videos, and go watch the entire playlist. Give me money. Alright, fuck you. Bye.